visitons 4 pays des Balkans, région méditerranéenne située entre l'Italie et la Grèce. L'histoire des Balkans est une histoire de mouvement entre une multitude de cultures, religions, langues et influences. Nos reporters suivent dans ces 4 pays la migration, les Roms et les gens qui reviennent. Ils rendent visite aux sœurs catholiques, récemment béatifiées par le pape. Ils s'interrogent sur l'Europe et nous montrent une beauté surprenante, inattendue.
Voilà que nous célébrons Noël en Macédoine. Je m'appelle Alexandra et quand on me parle des Balkans, il y a plusieurs mots qui me viennent en tête. Les guerres de Yougoslavie et puis leur médiatisation, des figures comme Tito, Milosevic. Mais en fin de compte, étudiant la coopération internationale, je me rends compte qu'il faut vraiment étudier un petit peu, ou mettre le pied en tout cas sur les réalités de terrain pour se défaire des préjugés.
Nous sommes à Skopje, dans une de ces municipalités peuplées majoritairement par les Roms. Suite au récent conflit au Kosovo, beaucoup ont trouvé refuge ici, comme Tchéki et sa famille. Les Roms qui nous tendent la main dans les rues de Paris, Berlin, Bruxelles, nous tendent la main dans les Balkans aussi. Ils vivent à l'écart partout en Europe, mais pourquoi ?
Okay. En fait, sur la photo, on peut voir les parents de Jackie qui sont partis il y a 3 mois en Belgique par le bus. Ils ont pris une agence de bus et comme ils ont des passeports serbes, ça leur a permis de traverser les frontières. Et à ce qu'il dit, pour l'instant, ils ne sont pas rentrés. Je ne pense pas qu'ils comptent rentrer. On rend visite à Jackie qui habite à Šutka, le grand quartier rome de Skopje. Jackie est un réfugié du Kosovo, donc on vient lui rendre visite pour savoir un peu comment il vit ici. Quelles sont les conditions des Roms, en particulier quand on est réfugié. Jackie bénéficie actuellement d'une aide du Haut Commissariat aux réfugiés des Nations Unies qui lui permet de vivre ici. Mais cette aide, elle va se terminer d'ici 1 mois. Donc ensuite, pour lui, le plus important, c'est d'obtenir des papiers macédoniens ou serbes et de pouvoir soit migrer en Europe de l'Ouest, soit trouver un travail ici. Sachant que trouver un travail ici, ça reste très difficile. Déjà parce que le taux de chômage est très élevé et en plus parce que pour les Roms, il y a une certaine discrimination, donc il peut faire quelques petits travails mais ça ne suffit pas à vivre correctement en Macédoine. Je m'appelle Johan. Il y a 3 ans, j'ai eu l'occasion de partir en service volontaire européen en Macédoine, un petit pays entre la Serbie, la Bulgarie, l'Albanie, la Grèce et le Kosovo. Aujourd'hui, j'ai envie de partager ce que j'ai découvert dans cette région avec d'autres personnes, leur faire découvrir ce qu'il y a derrière l'image que nous, on reçoit dans l'ouest de l'Europe, ce qui s'y passe vraiment, comment la jeunesse vit là-bas, comment les gens vivent, quels sont les problèmes, mais aussi les choses que nous, on ne connaît pas et qui sont beaucoup plus positives, l'accueil chaleureux qu'on y reçoit quand on arrive, ce qui, moi, m'a marqué, et puis tout ce qu'on ne voit pas dans l'actualité.
Roma sind sehr arme hier, keine Arbeit, keine gute Education. Wir haben Probleme mit der Gesundheit. Viele Familien keine Dokumentation. Roma-Frau ist nicht genug emanzipieren. Unsere Regierung muss etwas machen, nichts einfach passiv sein. Wir brauchen also mehr Education, keine Mittelschule. Unsere Kinder müssen jeden Tag reisen in Skopje zum Realgymnasium zu gehen. Unsere Roma müssen mehr bewusst sein über unsere Rechte hier in Mazedonien oder überall in Europa. Das ist genug mehr. Wir müssen etwas machen, aber wir können nicht alleine machen. Wir brauchen Hilfe von anderen Leuten, wir sind nicht Roma, von Regierung, von EU-Ländern.
because the situation in Albania of Roma community is different from the situation in Tirana of Roma community. Most of them that lived in the north, they came in Tirana. And because it's a big city, it's a huge city like from the other cities that surround Tirana. So they are more isolated. They are not in the city, but more in the suburbs or in very distant areas of the city. Most of them, they live in huts and they don't have a proper house. And in some other areas, they might have a modest house, but they might have something. But in Tirana, it's different. There is no state mechanism that helps this community specifically. There is a strategy and there is a goodwill to help and to sustain this community, but there is no concrete policies or, for example, if we take the situation, most of them, they live in street situation, and still, it's 2011, we don't have a shelter in Albania, a shelter where, even a shelter of crisis, or even a shelter where children can go and sleep for some nights or stay there and be safe.
Les Roms sont discriminés comme ailleurs. Ils vivent dans leur communauté. Il y a différents problèmes qui ressortent. Par exemple, il y a les différences en genre. Ces rapports de pouvoir entre les femmes et les hommes, que les femmes elles se battent, les hommes sont violents, ils ne comprennent pas. Des fois, les femmes sont obligées d'avoir, elles ne peuvent pas avorter, elles ont plusieurs enfants. Elle vit dans une extrême pauvreté. Il y a une côté positif des choses, qu'ils vivent tous ensemble. Donc, ils se soutiennent plus. Comme ils vivent en communauté, ils se protègent entre eux. C'est très difficile de sortir de tout ça. Et ça empêche leur intégration. Et après, quand ils vont à l'école, ils ont de mauvaises notes, ils ont des difficultés à s'adapter avec le nouveau système. Des fois, leurs camarades ne les acceptent pas. Et ça fait qu'ils ont des mauvaises notes, et ça fait un cercle vicieux. Donc, ils sont discriminés et ils se discriminent. Donc, tout ça, ça empêche l'intégration. On fait un énorme travail, mais ça ne se voit pas, ce travail. Parce que la plupart du travail se fait dans la communauté et pas dans l'institution. Donc, c'est ça qui change. Ce n'est pas visible, on ne peut pas vérifier le travail qu'on fait ici. Ce n'est pas concret.
I chose my profession because I really want to be a link between people. I'm motivated by them, just because I want to see them live differently and have more quality of life and achieve their rights. So just to be a voice, their voice when they don't have voice, and their mouth when they cannot speak for themselves. So that makes me to still work for them. So.
J'ai vu que le problème principal, c'est leur intégration sociale, et ils ont pas de bonnes compétences sociales. Et ce qui fait qu'ils n'arrivent pas à nouer des amitiés, ils sont mis à côté, ils sont mis à l'écart. Ce que je vise de faire pendant les mois que je vais travailler ici, c'est de les aider, d'améliorer leurs compétences sociales. Quand on les voit, quand on les rencontre, on voit qu'ils sont des gens comme nous. Et ils ont tout le potentiel et les choses nécessaires.
L'indépendance du Kosovo en tant que pays est contestée. De nombreux acteurs et organisations humanitaires et politiques mènent des projets afin d'aider à sa construction.
Karitasi e Kosovës si objektiv për herë ka njeriun, pavarësisht nga besimi, gjunka, nacionaliteti, pozita e tij. Është multinacional, multikonfesional dhe mund të them në këtë kohë i vetmi Karitasi i Kosovës implementon punën e vetë në tërë teritorin e Kosovës. Edhe në Veritë e Mitrovicës, edhe në Leposavić, edhe në Dragash, edhe në Mamush, kudo është prezent në gjithë territorin e Republikës së Kosovës.
My name is Arif Kadriou. I work for Caritas Kosovo and my title is Project Manager. We are implementing here a project called Kindergarten and Homework Support. We have children that are going in the school, in the educational system in north of Mitrovica and in south of Mitrovica, and whatever they do in the school, at the same time we have teachers here who are helping them to develop the homework support activities. Why I said we have children in north and south is because here we have lessons in Albanian language and in Serbian language. We are in Roma Mahala in the south side of Mitrovica in the neighborhood called Fidanishte. This is a new settled neighborhood of Roma Mahala, Roma people. These people have been resettled during the wartime, and they all now are resettled from different organizations and from the municipality of Mitrovica. This is a process, ongoing process. We have new families coming here from north side and from different parts of the world. There is a lot of families here that they don't have anyone employed, and they are working usually mainly collecting metals and sell it to somewhere to gain some money. But considering the part where they built the houses, that is perfectly okay, because these people have now home and they have a roof. But that's not over. That's not over. This is a process, and these people need to be integrated more in every kind of aspect, from educational aspect toward physical integration in the society.
Par rapport à la communauté rome, il y a quelque chose qui a été assez flagrant dans les histoires qu'on a entendues, et c'est vraiment un sujet de controverse, et c'est pour ça qu'il vaut la peine d'être traité. C'est lié à toutes ces possibilités de migration ou pas, parce que c'est une communauté qui a de la famille dans chacun des pays, et au final ils peuvent pas tout simplement traverser les frontières. Et après, ça pose le problème vers l'extension de l'espace Schengen, de tout ce qui est droit de la mobilité des individus. Il y a quelque chose qui m'a frappée, c'est qu'en 2 ans, tu es déjà témoin de l'histoire.
Ouais, c'est une partie de l'Europe où une fois qu'on est entré dedans, qu'on rencontre les gens comme on a pu le faire, on a du mal à s'en séparer, on a envie de revenir, de voir quelle forme prennent les choses.
The refugee camps here, Konik 1 and Konik 2, they are the largest in Europe. This area of Podgorica Konik or Vela Ribnička, it's very diverse ethnically and it's very multi-religious also. You want to help the people, you want to serve people, you want to serve God, and wherever you are, you should do that. Be more mindful of those who are neglected, those who are poor, those who are marginalized or simply in a difficult position. I work here mainly in Roma refugee camps in Podgorica. It's located in the outskirts of Podgorica. I am a refugee from Bosnia and Herzegovina, so in some ways I can relate to the position of Roma and Egyptian refugees here. The difference is that I have better education and I have better access to things just because let's face it, I'm not Roma. I felt really called by God that I should do this. It is what Jesus used to do. He Yes, he did talk to officials. Yes, he did talk to kings. Yes, he did talk to important people. But most of his time he was serving the poor, and he was serving those who were in need. It should be a role model for all of us who believe in Christ. Here we also have church meetings. So children, teenagers, adults, they come and then they sit on the floor, and sometimes you just see like so many tiny little dots on the floor. That's just all children, and that's very, very nice. It's amazing what you can do when there's a good will, when you have will to do it. We do not have a formal church structure, so this is a home church, and I think there's some charm. It's related to it. We have the freedom to act as we believe God is calling us to. So we don't have to think of certain category that we want to help, but that we just go from one case to another, and regardless if we are praying for someone, if we are just counseling someone, if we are trying to help in any other way, we are simply free to act. Some do not have a refugee status here, meaning that they came from Kosovo a bit later, a few months after the war, so they were not registered as refugees. So legally speaking, they do not have any status in Montenegro. Children who were born outside of hospitals, and that the city of Podgorica, the local administration, did not allow them to be registered in a birth registry, which then causes so many problems for them, because if they go to the country of origin, they don't have a birth certificate. So legally speaking, they do not exist. People simply don't have always a very nice opinion about the Roma community, and although very often they never talk to Roma, or they never went to Roma house, but unfortunately everybody thinks they know what Roma are like, but that's not true.
Kosovo needs to develop and achieve some level of independence and one day eventually be recognized as such. How that will happen, I don't know. It will take a great deal of work by many sides. It will take some reconciliation, it will take some negotiation, but it's something that, of course, a number of bodies are now working at, and let's hope that they can achieve it.
I'm obliged to say that it is under the resolution 1244. It is, I'm not supposed to say that it is a country, because the European Union doesn't allow us to have this kind of national emblems and these kind of things. And they always put this little star on it saying resolution 1244.
One of the most interesting things about Kosovo is that the implementation of reintegration of displaced persons and returnees and respect for ethnic minorities are some of the most progressive that have been instituted pretty much anywhere in the world. I think this could be a very good testing ground to see how human rights can be taken to a very local level and implemented in a way in line with these international instruments that have been agreed upon by member states in the EU, in the UN, and around the world.
The voluntary return and reintegration program is developing in cooperation between Caritas Kosovo and Caritas Belgium. And its goal is to help all asylum seekers in Belgium, Kosovo asylum seekers, who want to come back voluntarily in Kosovo.
We moved to Brussels, to Belgium, the end of last year, 2009, illegally. We heard from the people and we pay. So they send us from Preševo, we started from Ranje, and they send us till Brussels to near of commissariat. They put us in the morning, so it is all, nothing else. We pay and they go, we were there. Everything was very, very nice, very good. I was waiting for a positive answer. For our case, were no chances there to be. And for that reason, we decided to go back. Then I speak with the social assistant there, worker, and she told, okay, we have a project here with IOM and Caritas. It was very, very difficult, but the Caritas did too much for us. We are still alive, I don't know, but with no good conditions, but we are alive.
Well, I think it's premature to take a judgment on whether people are returning, because at the moment the economic opportunities are abroad, not here. But if you look at countries that have joined the European Union over the years, Spain, Portugal, Ireland, what you will find is that actually membership, eventual membership, means people returning, because it brings economic growth and it attracts people back. More recently, this has been true for Poland. There have been huge numbers of people returning because it's nice to be back at home.
The emigration of Kosovars is usually divided up into 3 phases. So the first phase begins in the 1960s. The second phase is in the 1990s when the former Yugoslav Republic began to break up. Then the third phase is when the actual conflict in Kosovo occurred in 1999 to 2000. Migration patterns are not new at all. Like I said, they date back to these times when there was actually an active recruitment of labor force into Western European countries. And nowadays, migrants go to these countries, such as Germany, Switzerland, from Kosovo, because they're already established networks. And they have families, they have friends, they have connections there. So they're following the same migratory chains that were established back in the 1960s.
Kur vendosa për me shku, për në perëndim, o nisa perëndimit, jem shku deri në Beograd, për aty të lidhin e gjeta, edhe o nesëm 6-7 veti imi konë me një vetur, o konë ka gja gazep, Jakob, ta në 50 vetë natës kemi qëndru me një shtëpi aty, dhe me thonë gjatë ditës, në 10 natës imi nisë, edhe kejtë arav dhe me thonë kemi ka përci kofet, ma gjarës këse dhe me thonë dhe në Austri, kemi hes një 6-7 orë, ka gjatë natën të heq pa nalë, në kanë shti me një vetur aty, që ta persona që në kanë, dojë nalë në Vjenë, për më shkru aty azyl, unë kumë vazhdu për në Gjermani. Dhe në Gjermani kumë nejtë 1-2 dit aty, kemi pas familje, edhe prapë vazhdova për në Belgjik, shkova aty. O konë shtirë bëllë, o konë rrezik, që të në zonë të më në puna, se kur po falë zëti që mirë kemi ka për ty apet, ka koshtu. Dhëtimi ka koshtu mirë, 2500 euro ka koshtu deri në Belgjik, që ma dhanë për krojnë, pa kusheret, pa familja se janë edhe. Kemi punu na me kusheret, me babën, këtë baba këto, na dhe më thonë traditi kiem krejt, kusheret, vlasnije, punojmë me ndërtimtari, edhe kemi pas punë, begi, mirë kemi pas punë, po vendosë ata shkoj njerë në perëndim, me punu ma shumë mjetë, se s'kisha mjetë e bëllë. Edhe qëndrova një vjetë në Belgjik, aty, edhe Thonë drejtën për socialit që më varë heq atje në Belgjikë s'ko marë heq asë socialet s'ko gjo se ne isha të këshëret të dajt kisha balë ku me nejt po prap o do të më këthym vend lindja jo në pet edhe më thërën këshëret se kemë punë balë edhe vendosa për më këthy ta në shkova një dit aty në komisariat e lypa për më këthy vullnetar mi pregatit në letrat i falenderoj edhe ata kryqit koq, se më kanë dimu, Karitasi, se më kanë dimu, ma një përndime mirë, kur erdha këtu, fillova, gjetëm punë, fillum me punu.
The reintegration assistance is concentrated in different ways, especially in startup businesses, through agricultural activities, or through supporting with health medical medicines and with the others assistance, always depending on the case.
This is one of our projects that we implemented in Caritas Kosovo. The idea it was to help two women just to be, because nobody in their family that is not working, so they have the children and everything, so the idea it was to open one shop and to employ them. The project is going really, really good. They are now they are earning for themselves and their families.
Seeing how people can come together to try to create a new future for themselves, for their children and grandchildren, I think it's an amazing experience, and you know it's not an easy task, and to take that on takes a lot of bravery.
I feel that working here, if I can help them along the way, I'll be very happy.
Mitrovica, l'exemple phare de la ville divisée entre sud et nord, entre les Albanais et les Serbes.
Since I am born in Mitrovica and I used to live before in north part of Mitrovica, and always we didn't really never had a problem between each other, and I had many, and now I have many friends that they are living there, and I hope that really for the next year that they will be better. To not have the problem, me to pass in north or Serbian to pass in south, and we hope that they will be something, yeah. Because most of the people that they are thinking like me, same Albanian or Serbian.
I think that people deserved here to live more peacefully, and I strongly believe that it is possible to live in more peaceful environment. This place behind me is the famous bridge. I don't know does it have positive or negative connotation, but it is still famous. It is the border, physical one, between South and North Mitrovica. The difference between North and South is that people who reside on the North are Serbian, while people who reside on the South belong to Albanian community. As I see it as a citizen of Mitrovica, the most important thing for the people residing in here is the peace and non-conflict occurrence, and more possibilities for them to wish to stay here and not to go away from their hometown.